Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today I will bring you my review of the Transformers Thrilling 30 Voyager class Doubledealer. And here he is in his tank mode, his apparently Autobot tank mode. And it's a pretty decent tank mode. It doesn't, I kind of like it, and it does, well, for the most part, hide his, what's this? Is that a Decepticon symbol? An Autobot symbol. Yeah, but it's kind of, yeah. Doubledealer is actually very interesting when it comes to Transformers. He is both an Autobot and a Decepticon. What he actually is a mercenary, and he works with whichever side is paying him at the moment. So how they were able to reflect this in the toy mode, I actually really liked it, because Doubledealer here, at least this Doubledealer, is a triple changer. He has a tank mode that is on the side of the Autobots, and a jet mode, which you can see the nose cone here, a jet mode that is on the side of the Decepticons. And in his robot mode, you actually don't see either form. You can kind of see the Autobots, but no, they hide. Like, both are either visible. Well, we'll get to the robot and to see, but I'm pretty sure that both modes are not visible in the robot mode, to sort of suggest that he is on neither side. But yeah, that is a very neat detail that they did there, since Doubledealer works is a mercenary who works whoever pays for him. And he also comes with two weapons, which is this sword and this gun. And when I get to the facts aspect of the character, I'll go into more detail about him, because I'm going to say it right now, this is not an accurate reimagining, or, let me just put it up. Yeah, you would put the sword up here, and it actually completes the look quite nicely. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm going to say it right now. This Doubledealer, this reimagining of Doubledealer is not accurate at all, outside of a little bit of the color scheme, accurate at all to the original G1 figure, I'll go into more detail about that in his when I go into the facts portion of this review. But yeah, as a tank mode, it's not bad. It looks like what it is. It looks like a very futuristic space tank, like a Cybertronian tank. That's what this looks like. And the barrel is actually, if you look inside, there is a missile in there because it's spring-loaded. When you push this back, it'll fire the missile. So, pretty cool. It simulates a cannon firing, which is really, really nice. I think that's one of my favorite features on this figure. And yeah, with the sword there and the gun on top, he has a secondary machine gun on top, which really does complete the look of the tank. So it's really nice. I personally really like this tank mode. A lot of people don't. And like I said, I kind of see why. The moment you turn the main gun, this entire thing just goes flying around. So it's okay. As a tank mode, it looks like a tank, which is nice. So I'm going to put this off to the side. And let's get into his jet mode. So then for that, you pull these out. He is a bit involved transforming them, but it's not too bad. Let's see. How was this? You come in here and you bring this out. Oh, wait, that's right. Before that, you have to take this. You have to like separate this to push this down. There's always a pain. There we go. There's that, and then these panels clip down. Then you separate it here for clearance, and then bring that down, and they will click into place. Very important that you put those down and put them up when in tank mode. It really completes the look. So then for this, you come in here. Yeah, you lift this up. This will go there, this will go there, and there's the nose cone ready to go. Then this piece goes down like this. Like this, and it's tucked away in here, in this gap where the nose cone was, where it kind of serves as like another thruster. And then for the arms, the only thing different is that you turn them and plug them in like this. Plug them in there, and that's that's it for these. You can tell these are the robot arms, and that's it for like the main torso. Now comes the more complicated part, which are the well, these are the robot legs, because you're supposed to come in here, separate this, fold this in, and then at the same time you push out the wings. Push this down just a smidge until it stops. Then bring that in. Then you rotate this, and there is a spot where you peg this in, which is in here. There's like a peg there. There's a port where you peg this in. Oh, also you push this in first. And then this pegs in there. Just adjust this thing. Like so. And then this, make sure you peg that in there. And that's one wing. Here, same thing. Lift this up. Oh, and I forgot to mention he does have wheels. He has 4 rolling wheels in his tank mode, and it rolls okay. Forgot to mention because it's just an okay roll. Nothing too spectacular. Pull out the wings, push this in. Then you rotate this. Make sure these are like that. Put that down. Push it in. And then when this is in here, you peg it in there. So this is pegged in there. This is here. It does tend to pop off. Like, I find the jet mode to not be as stable as the what do we call it, the tank mode. I actually really like the tank mode and consider it pretty solid. And even though I think I'm in the minority on that one, a lot of people don't like the tank mode. I do. I kind of do. I think it's a pretty solid tank mode, even if it's not really based on anything. And this is almost done. And the jet mode is also not bad, but it's not great. It's just okay. And I think I got it. It's like, doesn't really connect as to... Like, yeah, I think that, like the tank mode, at least on my copy, the tank mode is able to sort of transform a lot better and more smoother than the jet mode. Unless I'm doing something wrong, but yeah, that's it. Yep, and here's the jet mode. And to complete the look, you get the sword, plug it in there, which hides the gaps, and then you have the gun right there as an extra gun. Pretty nice. And then you have this as either, well, you can, if you really want to, like, pull this out and have it be like an extra cannon, but that looks kind of silly. So I just have it be here, back here, as like an extra thruster, an extra thruster. And yeah, as a jet mode, it's okay. At least on my copy, the bits here don't connect as strongly as I would like. I said I might be doing something wrong here, but this is how I've always done it, and yeah, they tend to pop off sometimes when you just touch them a bit. But yeah, as a jet mode, it's okay. And like I said, in his jet mode, he's a Decepticon. Tank mode, he's an Autobot. Really cool. Really cool. Transformation, not too bad. But I'm going to say right now, my favorite mode out of the 3 would be the tank mode. Oh, he also does have a working cockpit that can open. It actually has a molded in seat and I think a panel in there I can get in the picture. Yeah, they actually molded some details there for the pilot seat. Then you just close it up. And there we go. And nothing much to really say. I like the detail here, but at first I thought that this was sort of a reference to World War II pilots, how they would spray paint their the front of their jets with these mouths and stuff. I thought that's what this was referencing. It's actually referencing something else, which I'll get to in the facts mode, in the facts part. But it does have molded in machine guns right there, which is really nice, and even comes with a little landing gear. There, has a little bit of a landing gear, and has molded... It popped off, but whatever. It has molded landing gear right here, so he can just sit there. So it's nice, and that's pretty much it. Nothing too special. I think I do like how the weapons store in the vehicle modes. They actually hide a lot of the gaps, and they actually sort of blend in with the figure, which is really nice. So now let's get into the robot mode. I think I would say that the jet mode is the mode I like the least because it's just okay. Tank mode is my favorite, and robot mode is somewhere in the middle. It's flawed, but it's okay. Okay, so to transform him into robot mode, just pop these open. These will be defeats. There we go. This forward. Put these up for clearance. Put these forward. Like this. Getting a bit tall now. Whoops. There we go. It's getting a bit tall now. Separate these. And then, what was the step for this? Oh, this way. Gotta be this way. Take the gun, rotate it back. Whoops! And also careful that it is for the missile firing. Leave it. You just bend it up until it clicks into place like that. And then the cockpit, you just put it back where it was, and it'll hit the base. And you will rotate these around, and then they should clip. This is an issue, I think, for all of them, for all of these figures, that it doesn't sort of clip into place here because this is too loose. I found ways to remedy that using like a hair dryer, I think, where you're supposed to warm up the plastic and then it'll just tighten. But I'm not even gonna bother. That's just a defect with the with all the figures. You bring this arm down, fold this in to reveal the hand. Wing, you do whatever you want. I like to leave it out like that. Needs to be up like this. Rotate this down, fold in the thing, fold out the hand, panel that hides the hand, and then when you pull this back, you'll reveal the head, which is you gotta pull up a little bit. And this part you can do whatever you want. I like to just fold it in like this. Be a bit tricky, but there, you fold it in like that, and then you have the head, which you just pull a little bit more, and then there we go. And you can tell he does have pretty cool light piping. And here is Doubledealer in his robot mode, which is, it's okay. It's an okay robot mode. Check out the head sculpt. Pretty nice, very nice. It does resemble a little bit of the G1 character. Quite okay. It's okay. This figure is okay. It has its flaws, but it is okay. For articulation, rotation there, and go up and down. You got a rotation there, elbow there, and the hand can move, can swivel on its own. The head can, I think, is on a ball joint or something. So it does that. These are on a couple of hinges, so he can do a really nice kick. Move there. You got a rotation there, a pretty decent knee, and he's got a ball joint right on the ankle. So you have your movements there with pivots and whatnot. And I like having these outer wings out. You can do whatever you want, but that's my personal thing. That's my personal preference, is that I like having the wings folded out like this. Yeah, then you get to his equipment, which is this sword, just on the hand, gun on the hand. And I don't really see any special way of storing the weapons, so just hold it. And like I said, you can kind of see both symbols at the same time in his robot mode, which is pretty cool. Oh, and for some reason, the way that the hand is designed, when you put in the blaster, it's always at like a slight angle. It's kind of weird. And yeah, he does have those shoulder problems, which there is a way to fix it, but I don't care enough to do it. I just don't want to mess with it. Because if something goes wrong, it's broken, and then I'm sad, and then it's all that other stuff. I'm still debating whether I should have... No, because then it would have to be like this. So yeah, I do like having the gun barrel up. Sort of turn this... Hold on. Oh, that works. You can do whatever you want. But like, fine, I'll leave it like this. Problem is, when it's like this, you can't really see the light piping, which is those bright red eyes. So I'm just gonna have it be like this, so that it makes him look different, a little bit different from Blitzwing. So yeah, well, I might as well go now into the facts about the character. Double Dealer here is actually a repaint. He is a repaint of the Thrilling 30 of the same line, the Thrilling 30 Voyager Blitzwing. And if you're probably wondering why I didn't get Blitzwing, which, well, no, I'll actually explain that later. First, I'll start mentioning that Double Dealer here. The coolest thing about him is the whole that they actually gave him both an Autobot and Decepticon symbols, and how in robot mode they're both visible when which is supposed to show the character being a mercenary who works on both sides. He doesn't really care for the cause. He's just there for the money. So yeah, that is really neat, and I find that to be the coolest thing about the character. At least that's my favorite aspect about the figure. The tank mode I actually really like. The only complaint I have is that when you move the actual main turret, like the entire back piece moves, and it's like it looks weird when you're turning it. The jet mode has its flaws where it sort of unpegs, and then you have the robot mode with the shoulders that unpeg. But all that aside, if those are not issues, this is actually a pretty solid triple changer, and it's really neat. Now, I did mention earlier that Double Dealer here, his G1 figure was a triple changer, but it wasn't a tank and jet. No, what he originally turned into was a missile truck and a bird. So yeah, and like I mentioned, this face, which I thought was a reference to World War II pilots, was actually a reference to his Generation 1 bird mode, because his bird mode had a blue head. So that was the reference to that. And he didn't have a tank mode, like I said, he had a missile truck mode. So yeah, now if you're wondering why they did this, it's because, well, honestly, they went the lazy way and just repainted the Blitzwing figure they already did into Double Dealer. And I think this is like, we don't really get Double Dealer too often. He's pretty rare. He doesn't pop up too much. And I think this mold was actually repainted again for like a weird Starscream somewhere, which I think after seeing the pictures, it actually looked pretty good as a Starscream until you transformed it, and then it looked weird because Starscream has a tank. Just pretty weird. So yeah, overall, this figure is okay. Okay, like, it's okay. That's all I can say. I think the other thing I like is that the weapons, when you store them in their vehicle modes, they blend into it and actually hide some of the gaps that are present in the figure's molds. So yeah, overall, it's an okay figure. Do I recommend it? If you really want a Double Dealer, it's a nice okay figure. It has its flaws, but it is just okay. Nothing too special. And they already said that my favorite mode was the tank mode, with the robot mode second and then the jet mode third. And now you're probably sitting there wondering, well, once again, if this character is not accurate to the G1 counterpart, then in fact he's just he's just pretty much a repaint with a different head to the Thrilling 30 Voyager Blitzwing. Why didn't I get Blitzwing? Well, the reason for that is that my squires actually helped me in choosing, because I had both the I went to the store with them one day to get a Double Dealer, and I actually had both Blitzwing and Double Dealer in my hand, and I let them decide. I told them, okay, which one? Look, these are both the same toy, they just look different. Which one would you pick? And they ended up picking Double Dealer over the Blitzwing. And you know what? I am now ever grateful for that, because in my next review, you'll understand why I'm really happy I ended up going with the Double Dealer instead of the Blitzwing. Because, well, you know what you're doing? My next review, well, you'll find out soon enough, but they released another Blitzwing, and I actually got it, so that'll be a future review. So yeah, anything to say about Double Dealer? It's okay, like I said, it's okay, even though this mold with its two transformations are more for Blitzwing than it is for Double Dealer. But I think it's a pretty decent reimagining of Double Dealer. It's okay. And honestly, I actually recommend, like, if you're gonna get this mold from the Thrilling 30 line, I recommend getting Double Dealer over Blitzwing, since Titan's Return did release another Blitzwing, which looks a lot better than the Thrilling 30 Blitzwing. It is an improvement in almost like every aspect, except for like one small one, but for like in almost every aspect, it is better. So yeah, this has been, anything else to say? Nope, nothing much. So yeah, my squires are the reason why I ended up getting Double Dealer, and I'm actually grateful for them that they did. Because that Blitzwing, as Blitzwing didn't work too well, I think as a double dealer, this is fine. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Thrilling 30 Voyager class double dealer. And this is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.